when we encounter an opponent, you might realize, for example, in the pushing hand, if your opponent shocks you, your stability can disappear, right? If you do something out of the blue, maybe you are shocked, maybe you are hesitant in one moment, then your body freezes. And when your body freezes, your qi also freezes. And when your qi is frozen, your jing is stuck. So at the moment, you can't do anything. You are a target of fa jing, right? So we need to develop the ability to stabilize our qi. So stabilize the body is easy. You can focus on your center, you can focus on your roots. You have all sorts of ways to stabilize your body. But to stabilize your qi, you need to develop the ability to maintain a stable mind that is almost immune to shocks. Might even be immune to fear, to nervousness, to uncertainty, and it has to be open to anything that comes, right? And so that becomes part of our spiritual practice. Hello friends, as we all know, Tai Chi is a practice to cultivate Qi energy and perhaps to apply Qi, as well as cultivating physical abilities to self-defense or to create a better physical coordination or to enhance our ability of balance. And when we practice Tai Chi, you develop physical Qi, which is the Dantian energy, but also at the same time, you're also practicing the balance of your emotions and the balance of your mind. And therefore, for ancient Tai Chi practitioners, Tai Chi is actually almost like alchemy. Okay, traditional Taoist alchemists, they practice Tai Chi to achieve the level of immortals. So, of course, in the modern day, we know that immortality is so far away from us, right? Who have we known are immortal? Not even, the Dalai Lama, not even the Buddha himself. In Chinese, we have a saying, 炼精化气, 炼气化神, 炼神还虚, 还虚合道. And it is a path that ancient alchemists follows to transform physical energy into qi energy, and to transform qi energy into mental energy, and to transform mental energy into Tao. And Tao could be direct translation as path. So whichever path you chose, either it is a Taoist path, it is a Buddhist path, you can furthermore project your energy into your own spiritual practice. In our lineage, basically we practice Tai Chi practice and we consider it a meditation practice. That means, however we deal with Tai Chi, we deal with our mind the same way. Okay, so how do we deal with Tai Chi? We don't only practice the form by ourselves, right? We also do pushing hands. We also do Fa Jing or feeding force practices, right? And why? Because we want to check the reality. We want to see when real challenge is coming, are we really able to maintain that relaxation? Or is it more like a delusion of relaxation, which will pop off when real pressure comes, right? So we practice in this way. We have single practice in a form as a meditation, and we have pushing hand as a reality check. And this way we can see how much we are progressing. We don't judge how much we progress by how calm and how quiet we feel during our single practice, but we judge by how much calmness there is left when we are facing a potential opponent or a potential threat. Right? So actually this is the path of a non-violent warrior, right? So we take the same attitude and we put it into spiritual practice. We do perhaps daily meditations every day. We sit for, I don't know about you guys, half an hour, 1 hour, doesn't really matter. When you're sitting alone, you might feel like jhana, right? You feel certain pleasure in your practice. You feel the relaxation. You feel like for a very long time you can focus your mind on one point. But then there's daily life. There is communication with others. There is difficult person to interact with. There is difficult situation for you that drives you crazy, and you may go nuts when these things comes. So it is important that we take the attitude of pushing hands into our daily life. That means you are doing reality checks for your meditation. Okay, you don't judge by how quiet or how peaceful you feel during your single practice, but you judge yourself by how much peace there is left when you're communicating with difficult people, or perhaps you're in an argument, or perhaps in negotiation whatsoever. Then you see your real progress. Okay? And to be able to do so, we need to develop certain abilities to know what we should focus on and know what we can just let go. During the meditation, we can try to cultivate to not have fear to any emotion, not have fear to lose a positive emotion, and not to have fear in encountering a negative emotion. Eventually, you want to reach equanimity, right? And the equanimity we talk about in Buddhism is not just peaceful, relaxed, and so on. This is a single-sided peace. The peace we're looking for is an attitude that penetrates all, to transcend all sorts of emotions. So the attitude that we take on emotions is not like what we would imagine Zen practice should be. Like calm abiding practice. Your goal is to maintain peace for a very long time with single-minded focus, and to rest your mind in certain state for a long time. This is not the goal in cultivating this attitude of transcending peace. What we want to develop is an attitude to be brave under pressure, to be brave under all sorts of emotions. So basically, you want to defeat your emotions. You can have emotions. It can be a bad emotion. It can make you nervous, or it can make you shocked, or it can make you hurt, but you don't fear it. You accept it, you look at it, and you allow it to be there. And you also allow it to be gone. Just like when we're doing pushing hands, you allowed people to push you, and then you don't just push the opponent away. You try to neutralize, you try to dissolve, you try to break their balance, you try to allow them to leave you, right? Eventually, they will leave you, okay? So we take the same attitude. Taichi practice and spiritual practice, for us, is basically one thing. It's one thing. How you work with your mind, how you work with your body, how you work with opponent. It's all the same. Okay, thank you very much.